Right, the channel's just hit 5k, so as promised, the producer giveaway is now live. In this video, I'm going to break down a beat that I made using some of the plugins that are up for grabs. Before we get into that, I'll give you all of the info you need on prizes as well as how to enter. Right, the giveaway is going to run from now until Tuesday the 19th of September, and there's going to be 3 winners. Third place is going to win Halftime by Cable Guys as well as the BA1 synth from Baby Audio. Second place is going to win both of the previous prizes as well as Heat Up Freeze Standard Edition. And then the lucky winner is going to receive all of the previous prizes but with Heat Up Freeze Ultimate Edition, the Shaper Box bundle, the Captain Plugins Epic bundle, as well as Slice, 808 Studio and Sector from Initial Audio. To enter the giveaway, you just need to like this video and comment below I'm in. Then head to the link in the description which will take you to the entry page where you can finalise your entry. There are some extra entries up for grabs over on my Instagram, so make sure to follow me at Error the Producer and check out my latest post for info on that. Best of luck to everyone that enters, and thanks again for all of your support on the channel. Alright, I wanted to make something quite dark, so I went with the A harmonic minor scale. The first sound that I chose is this flute preset from the BA1 synth. This chord progression is just going from A minor down to E major and then repeating, but I just changed the last chord a little bit to keep things interesting. Onto this, I have quite a harsh EQ that's cutting out all of the lows and lower mids, and Tape Mellowfy with the subtle width preset. Next I went to Heat Up Free and found this Heart preset. I then just copied my chords into the piano roll and hit Alt and A to arpeggiate them, and then Alt and R to randomise the velocities. Just a really simple EQ on this, cutting out any lows. Some reverb from Valhalla Vintage. Then I'm just using RC20 to add a slight wobble and also to widen the sound with the width knob. I wanted to add some string stabs, so next I went to Heat Up Free and chose this Staccato Strings preset. This is playing the same progression as the rest of my melody, just broken up into a different rhythm. Onto my strings, I've added Guitar Rig with the Vocal Space preset, the Eternity Delay with my time setting on half a bar and the ping pong mode turned on. And once again, I'm using Tape Mellowfy with the subtle width preset. The next sound I chose is this Pluck from the Sector synth. This layer is going to be playing a much faster rhythm that pretty much sticks to the root notes of my chord progression. All of these notes that you see going up are just there to add variation, going from bar to bar and stop it sounding so repetitive. I wanted this to kind of sit in the background, so I added Valhalla Vintage Verb, an EQ that's cutting out all of the lows and mids as well as some of the highs, and Tape Mellowfy this time with the analog tape preset. The last melodic layer that I added are some vocals from the Vocalize Free Bank in Contact. I just laid down some phrases in the piano roll, then added Guitar Rig once again with the Vocal Space preset. The 808's coming from 808 Studio by Initial Audio, and I'm using my own preset called Grinder. Pretty basic pattern here, just following the root notes of my chord progression, and then I've added some slides towards the end. The drums are pretty basic on this, so I'll go over them all together before we look at arrangement. My hi-hat started out as a 16th note pattern, which I then just stripped back to give me these gaps. Adding some rolls here and there is going to stop this from sounding so empty, and as always, you're going to want to mess with the velocity. My snare's hitting on the third beat of every bar, and then on the second half, I've got some offbeat hits coming in too. I've got 2 percussion tracks that are filling those pockets of space and adding some extra bounce. Then my kick is simply hitting every time that my 808 does. So in the intro, I have the flute playing, as well as a bounced and pitched down version of my vocals. Halfway through the intro, the pluck sound's gonna come in, and I've just made this pattern unique and turned the velocities down. All of these sounds are going through these 2 filter plugins, which I've automated to make it sound like it's sweeping in. The beat then drops into the hook, which is the most high energy part of the track. I have all of my elements playing all the way through my hook, apart from the strings, which only come in on the second half. As these strings come in, I've added this sort of breakdown, which is gonna make room for the Kilo Hearts tape stop effect. I then just took some elements out of the end of the hook to make the transition from hook to verse a bit more smooth. The energy in the verse dips quite a lot, with a lot of the melodic elements and drums dropping out. The snare's going to come back in after 4 bars, and then the kick and 808 are going to come back in on the second half, playing a much more simplified pattern. Then before we got back round to the hook, I've added a bridge which just contains the flute, the low vocals and a hi-hat. All of these sounds are following the same automation as my intro, giving me that sweeping effect. And yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I'd once again like to thank each and every one of you for subscribing to my channel and engaging with my videos. The link to enter the giveaway, as well as the extra Instagram entries, are in the description, so best of luck to everyone that enters. If you'd like to learn some emotional chord progressions, then I'll leave a link to that video up here. Then I'll just leave a random video from the channel down here. Big shout out to anybody still here at the end of the video. I've been Era, thanks for watching, and I'll hopefully catch you all in the next one.